Ellie Gold in there with Burn. It's just gone 2 o'clock. We're leaving lunchtime behind from Hylands School. We're into lesson 5 now, I believe.
Yeah, I still haven't had my lunch. Oh, working hard over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, CCR's here for kind of a pretty good reason, though, isn't it, really? We've got Studio Matt over here joining us in the rolling studio, or the rolling stage, also known as. How you doing, Studio Matt?
I'm all the better for seeing you two. How good is it to see
blast
you two
from the past
and see what you're up to now? Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
Still in school. So, Studio Matt, do you want to tell us a little bit about why CCR is kind of here? We're at Hylands School, just kind of at the border between Writtle and Chelmsford. Well, what's the reasoning behind us being here?
Right, so Essex Youth Services have funded Chelmsford Community Radio to run 6 workshops in 6 different schools across the Chelmsford area, and Hylands is the first one we've come to. Knowing that we had some experienced CCR people on site, you know, what a great way to get it going, you know, by using the talent that was once a part of us.
Brilliant. Yeah, we're kind of giving young people a bit of an insight and a bit of experience on radio as well, aren't we? Because we have the takeover shows weekdays, which is kind of a big experience for those who come and seek a show in a way. But this is kind of
an introduction to radio,
not necessarily going into it, kind of an insight into how radio works and what goes on. And actually, we got most people on the mic today. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you could just explain for the people at home who can't see this, I mean, what you're standing in and what you're using. But
yeah, for definite,
go for it.
All right, so we're standing in a huge truck. It's I don't know how to explain it in a way that would give it full credit, but it's a brilliantly huge truck. It's got kind of like a mobile studio in it. We've got everything that you would have in a normal studio, but mobile.
On wheels.
Yeah, it's on wheels, and
with a stage.
I think it's brilliant. We've even got a green room where we can just kind of sit and chill and drink tea and eat cake, and, the things that presenters do. But yeah, it's like a mobile studio. Got fancy lights in it, massive speakers that we can just deafen everyone in the
We're just kind of pointing them out towards the field out the front, so a few miles that way you might be able to hear us. They definitely attracted a few people earlier, didn't it?
Yeah,
at lunch?
it did. Yeah, quite a few people came over. I think there was maybe 20 or
jumping around,
just shy of 20. Everyone was jumping around, so everyone's having a good day here at Hylands School. But I think probably in some ways this is kind of a better setup, because you can kind of go around and show everyone radio, because you can see through. It's kind of because when you're sitting in a regular studio, you don't really see what's going on, but when you roll out on a stage, everyone sees exactly how it happens, and kind of everything that comes with it, and they even see the bits in the middle that everyone on air can't hear.
I know.
But we've had a bit of experience.
Yeah, does Studio Matt, do you know which other schools you're going to?
Yes, and I should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. Molsham, Sandon, William de Ferris, hopefully, if they respond, and we're at Hylands. This is Hylands. Great Baddow as well. So, and there's one more, and it's gone from my head, but Boswell's. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to Boswell's?
Yeah. So
when do you know? Is it in the next kind of couple of months?
There's 3 more in March.
Yeah.
And then I think 1 in April, and then 1 in June.
Oh, cool.
But the whole point of this is community radio. Is something that is now reaching into the community and doing things in the community that some of the local stations don't do anymore.
No.
If you compare community radio with local radio, community radio is doing now what local radio used to do. If you go to a fireworks display or a festival or a fun day, you'll see 20 years ago the local radio station would turn up with a truck just like this, but now they turn up and they give out flags, and it's gone from sort of stations that are actively engaging with the community to ones that broadcast to the community. So this is kind of bringing it back. This old truck that you're on now used to belong to Global, so it's been everywhere, and I mean, you'll see the stickers in the cover.
We
saw them. The number of stations that this thing has represented, the number of people that stood on the stage and sung, from Kylie Minogue through to Busted and McFly. This thing used to go around and be an outside studio when local commercial stations were interested in doing that kind of thing, but now it's all about profit and money, and it's not about engagement. So this is about bringing it back.
Bringing it back, and kind of it's something that I imagine is missed among a lot of people are kind of.
I mean, people were asking today, weren't they? They've been asking all questions about it, so
yeah, exactly.
They're interested.
Everyone's interested, and I think it's nice to see it. Like if I was a regular person, obviously I'm a regular person, but you know what I mean. Somebody who's not standing here with
someone who's not done radio,
I would definitely be intrigued to come and see what's going on, and I'd appreciate it that they've taken the time to come down to where we are and show us what it's all about.
Well, looking again, I mean, compare 20 years ago with today. 20 years ago, if you was a young person, you would have had the opportunity to go into a local into a local station and have a go. But with the cutbacks at the national broadcasters, with the local stations now syndicating, there's less opportunities for young people.
And you're providing that.
And that's
gap.
what I think. I mean, if you look at what we're doing and what's happened since Chelmsford Community Radio started, I mean, it started as an idea, then we bought some kit, and then we put a post on Facebook and we said, is anyone interested in starting a community radio station for Chelmsford? Because Chelmsford is the only city in the UK that hasn't got one. And considering that
it's the birthplace of radio.
That's amazing. So we put this little post on Facebook and 16 people replied. We've now got 80 people volunteering.
Wow.
We've got a waiting list with 18 on it. We produce 92 hours of live programming a week. We've got 6,000 regular listeners, of which a large proportion are in Finland, and we don't know why. We won a truck by mistake on eBay by putting a cheeky bid in, which is what it's standing in at the moment. We've got 2 broadcast studios and a pending FM licence.
And a cafe.
Yeah. Well, a coffee
and
shop.
And that's all in the time frame of just over a year and a quarter, isn't it?
I guess
just over that.
What I mean, my colleague Hal's with me at the moment. What's the Margaret Mead quote?
Never doubt that a small group of like-minded people can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has.
There we go.
So one little post on Facebook, and look what's happened. You know?
Over 80 people involved, and then another 18 wanting to get involved. We must have filled up every time slot by now.
Well, yeah, we were already talking about CCR2 because at some point it's just we're not gonna have enough room, and we never want to be able to turn people away.
No, you always want to be open, don't you?
And I imagine having 2 different separate it's kind of a different set of shows. You could have different listeners and a wider listener span, so
and coverage as well. I mean, if you've got 2 stations running and someone can't make the FM frequency one, then you literally just move someone across from the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's that's part of the plan. It's much bigger than that. It's going to get bigger and bigger as we go ahead.
We've seen most of the changes.
We've seen a lot of the progression, haven't we?
I can't say thank you enough to obviously Studio
definitely.
Matt. And of course, Mr. Hal over there, Hal McLean. Thank you very much, and thanks for joining us in the studio once again. You're listening to Chelsea Community Radio. Now we're going to have a bit of the Fratellis, Chelsea Dagger. My name's Patrick North. I've got Ben Hazeman in the studio.
I'm not impressed about what's going on outside. Look at it. It's raining and raining and raining. We've shut the doors. We're indoors. A little bit cold, but we got music.
We've got our coats, we've got tea, we've got cake.
We're all good.
12 minutes past 2. We're going to have some more students in just a moment. Robert Plant, Come Into My Life. You're listening to Chelsea Community Radio. That was a bit of a downer, wasn't it?
It was quite
good
slow.
song, though.
Was that Miss Lawrence that asked?
Yeah, our media teacher.
Sorry, we've got to
Bad
switch it
choice. Come on.
You're probably listening, so sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Miss Lawrence. Anyway, Studio Matt is back here in the studio with us. He didn't actually leave, so that's a funny one. Tell us a little bit about the new coffee shop that we've got.
Yeah, okay. So raising money for a community radio station is always hard, and we're all funded entirely by voluntary donations and goodwill by people and businesses and etc., etc. And the volunteers themselves pay a small membership in order to cover their insurance costs. So we got asked by the building that the radio station's in to take over the cafe that was in there because nobody wanted it. It'd been shut for 4 months, and it was one of those places that it just needed it's tired out. It's 30 years old. It needed
a bit of renovation.
But it had potential. Yeah. So we begrudgingly eventually took it on and rebranded it, ripped everything out, put in a commercial kitchen and started again, but not as a cafe, this time as a coffee shop.
Yeah.
So the coffee is amazing. I've got to say, the coffee is absolutely amazing. I know that Sarah's who makes the coffee right now, he's probably dancing around in the kitchen.
Got purpose staff in there as well.
It's got real staff, real people, yeah, and volunteers that run it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does a mean coffee, and it gets regularly. There's queues out the door.
What's it called? Coffee at
the mill. Yeah, everything we do, we kind of call it after what it is, because it just makes sense.
It says on the tin.
No ambiguity there.
So coffee at the mill in Molson Mill is a way that you can support Chelmsford Community Radio.
Definitely go and check that out. I mean, I haven't had a chance to go down there yet, but now that you've said about the coffee, I might have to come down and check it out. How much is the coffee? Compare it to Costa, because Costa's secret name is Costa Lot, because it does cost a lot.
They do. I mean, Costa do a really nice coffee. So
they
do Starbucks.
Indeed,
other brands are available, but our particular brand, it's a special blend. It's made for us, and we don't tell people where it comes from.
Special recipe.
It's top secret stuff. But yeah, what's an Americano? £1.50, which is not bad. So just a cup of tea, £1. You know. So again, it's kind of community pricing.
But definitely.
Any profit that it does make goes into good causes.
Just straight to the funding towards getting new equipment or something that we might need for Chelmsford Community Radio.
That's right.
Or some new stuff for the truck. So this truck has gone on a long journey, and it's
of a journey.
It's an expensive.
It's close to the end. It's pretty good
to run. It is an astronomical cost, you know. So
I can imagine
it's one of those things that we need people to book this thing out. We need schools to use it and to pay to use it, and ultimately to keep it going. But we've used radio as a medium for the last 15 years as a way of reaching people and helping people, and resources like this will help people.
Exactly. As a lot of the links say, Chelmsford Community Radio is for the community and by the communities, and that for the community is very important. So shameless plug here, but yeah, definitely get in touch if you do want a rolling stage hire or well, that's not
a radio workshop,
a radio workshop,
or a live performance or event, or you've got a wedding coming up, or you want to do a live band outside. You know, I mean, this thing's been at festivals. Last year it was at the Pride Festival, it was at the Fling Festival, it was at the Little Havens Children's Bike Ride. It was there. It was
been
loud.
At all of the
and we broadcast
fireworks as well.
And at the fireworks, it was the main stage at the Chelmsford Fireworks last year. So people are starting to use it and starting to get used to it. So as long as people book this and use it, then we can keep running it. But if they don't book it, then we can't.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Definitely get in touch. You can get in touch via the website, chelmsfordcommunityradio.com, and I think there's a contact form on there. I'm not too sure, but I imagine there is, because
How is nodding.
Yeah, How is nodding. My facts are correct. I haven't been on that website in a while. Sorry. Thank you very much, Studio Matt, and obviously Hal, for joining us in the studio once again.
Oh yes.
Chelmsford Community Radio needs your help. Get involved at chelmsfordcommunityradio.com.
Okay, so we're coming up to the last hour of our session here at Hylands School. We're broadcasting live from, I guess, halfway at the birthplace of radio.
Yeah,
we're halfway
around
between
about there, I'd say.
Rittle and Chelmsford. We've got Ben back in the studio.
Yep, hello.
I'm going to go soon.
Yeah, I'm going in about a minute, so I will see you later, Patrick, and everyone else.
Yeah, just before you go, just talk a little bit about how we got here and where we started as well, because we kind of started just before. CCR
we started radio before CCR, didn't we? So we started broadcasting out to the Canary Islands, didn't we?
Yeah, from my bedroom,
from Pat's bedroom.
Yeah, and then it ended up going into your garage, and then
onto CCR, didn't we? And now we're here today at school in the rain.
We did
cold.
We did quite a few brief stints, like
we did, didn't we? And
on Canary UK first, and then we kind of joined CCR. We saw that post on Facebook that Studio Matt was talking about earlier, and then we joined in, and then it just exploded. CCR just exploded,
loved and we're talking about doing a comeback.
We're talking about doing a few shows, not like a full-time comeback, just a few on the side.
You never know.
We got to start somewhere. We can't just jump back in. I'm a bit rusty today. I don't know about you, but you know, we'll make a comeback. And I think what we're going to start with is probably some kind of lunchtime or nighttime show. So perhaps listen out for 12 to 2, or listen out for maybe 8 till 10,
in the near
or
future.
10 till something, or 10 till 12. We'll figure something out. Thank you very much for coming along, Ben.
Thank you very much for having me, and Hal and Matt. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it has been a pleasure again.
No worries.
Thank you very much. We caught that. Ben's got to run and catch his bus now.
I will.
This isn't really an apt song for running and catching your bus, but yeah, we got a bit of Evanescence.
I'll walk off into the field with the piano.
This is a sad moment. Go on, Ben. It's around 3 o'clock. You're listening to Chelmsford Community Radio.
Bye bye.
I'm so tired of being here.
Bye, Ben. See you later. Bye. So you may or may not know, probably the latter, I used to present a regular show here on Chelmsford Community Radio, one that preceded James's Saturday show, Live at Lunch we used to call it. Earlier this year, due to the ever-increasing work A-levels has provided me, everyone's feeling that, I decided to call it quits for a while, and school comes first, of course. However, the other day, Friday the 13th to be exact, bad omen there, Studio Matt and Hal McLean, the founders of CCR, they rocked up to my school in the fancy rolling stage, and basically Essex Youth Services has funded Chelmsford Community Radio to run broadcast workshops with students at 6 Chelmsford schools. Ours, Hylands School, was the first on that list, and I got a chance to get involved with radio once again. Anyway, enough about me, because around 150 other students also got their chance to get involved and broadcast their voices across the airwaves, including my friend Joe here. Hello, Joe.
Hello there, Mr. North.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, I haven't done radio in ages. I'm just buzzing to be here.
I can tell, yeah. Before we came on air, you were buzzing.
It's brilliant to be here, and thanks for joining me in the studio as well, Joe. By the way, you were actually a part of the workshop the other day as well.
Yeah, I was. I went down. Our media teacher, Miss Lawrence, gave us the opportunity, and I'd done a bit of radio with you on the other station, Canary, but nothing as serious as this radio station here, and I was amazed by the equipment and the thought and the planning that goes into it, and how precise everything was.
What do you think of Hal and Studio Man?
Oh, they were smashing, guys. Yeah, they really. I felt like he was my best friend as soon as I walked in. He was speaking to me, and it was just great fun, really.
Brilliant. Yeah. Did you learn much? I mean, because it was the kind of purpose of the workshop was to learn about radio and kind of the way it works, the different opportunities and career opportunities in radio, to be specific. What did you learn?
I mean, like I say, I didn't realise how much effort and time and sort of processing of sound goes into it. I mean, I had a general idea, obviously, knocking about with you. You're a bit. You love a bit of the technical stuff.
I do. I love it.
Yeah, we like to nerd out a bit in our music tech lessons, but I was just really sort of hit by the production that goes into making a radio show like this.
Awesome. Well, Hal and Matt I'll give you a summary of kind of what we did learn on the day. Hal and Matt gave kind of a practical demonstration of the radio kit. He explained the work roles in radio, like so, presenter, studio engineer, and so on. He spoke about production as well, kind of how we keep it consistent and provide a good experience for the listeners. And he also told us about presenting techniques and the do's and don'ts of radio, of which Joe knows. Go on.
Yeah. Oh, well, there was a few. I mean, he caught me up on presenting the song too early and leaving too much of a gap between the instrumental part and the vocal. He said it's better to go over it rather than leave a bit of a gap because you get laughed at, apparently.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it was Friday the 13th, but despite it being Friday the 13th, it was a good day and there was no supernatural activity. We're just about to have an interview. Fran from our class, actually, our media class, Francesca Hughes from Hylands School, sixth form student, who had no previous experience in radio before the workshop, interviewed a school farm manager. I'm just about to play you her interview. I think it's brilliant because she learned quite a lot on that day and managed to successfully interview someone on the radio. And here we're gonna have a little bit of an extract from it here, and just listen. I mean, just from a day with Hal and Matt, Fran was able to do this, and I think that's incredible.
Hi, it's me, Fran. I'm here with the farm manager at Hylands School. Can you introduce yourself for me?
Hello there, my name's Miss Shipman and I'm Hylands School's farm manager.
This is your first year here, isn't it?
Yeah, I started at the end of July last year, so it's my first year, yeah.
What's it been like for you so far?
It's been a bit of a challenge. It's very different working on a farm when there's actually a school right on the same land. So it's been different in that sense, but also really good and really nice to have the kids that love the animals and help out and everything.
What sort of animals have we got on the farm at the moment?
We've got a range of different animals. We've got your normal livestock, so we've got sheep, we've got goats, we also get pigs in and calves as well, but we've also recently got hold of some alpacas and ponies, so something a little bit different and a bit bigger that the kids can walk, so it's really good fun.
I've met the ponies, I love them to pieces.
We've also got a range of small mammals, so rabbits, guinea pigs and your little rodents as well, and also some reptiles which live up in the science department, so snakes and lizards as well.
I read about that. We've got a baby tarantula, I read.
I do have a baby tarantula, literally the size of a 5p piece at the moment, so she's growing, but it will take a little bit of a while for her to get to palm size, which is what her maximum growth will be.
What aims have you got for the farm?
Basically, I just want to reach out to a range of different students here at Hylands and get everyone involved. I always find that working with animals brings out a lot of confidence within people as well. And I've already got a really nice little farm club going at the moment of different year groups, and they all work together really nicely. They've made some really nice friends among the year groups as well, so it's really good.
If you could pick any animal, no matter what it was, what would you pick?
To be here at Hylands School?
Yeah.
I love big cats, but I've also worked with a range of smaller cats over in South Africa, so I worked with some serval and caracal, if you know what they are. They're really good fun to work with, and they're just like big cats really, like that would happily sleep on your lap and purr when you're stroking them, so they're really nice.
I think the farm should get a cat.
I think they should, yeah. We are looking at a few feral cats, maybe from the Cats Protection League, but we'll see how that goes.
Well, if you do, let me know. I love cats.
I will.
You're listening to Chelmsford Community Radio.
Nowhere